So good evening, samahan ng tarterong Tarlakenyo. Hello Central Luzon. Mabuhay Philippines. What's up, darting communities around the globe? Welcome to the first ever episode of Iron Mix Dart Session. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic, which struck us and temporarily made the world stop in 2020, had hindered us to play the sport we all love, as we are all obliged to stay at home. However, in the middle of the same year, our guest right now found a way to conduct dart leagues and games safely at the comfort of our own homes. Yes, online dartscrewnaka.com it is. And with his crew, he built a global online darts community which took the darting world by storm. I'm talking about Philippine made global online darts. And to dig deeper about that, I am introducing you my guest. We know him as Mr. JesseJames in Facebook, but his real name is Mr. James Diez.
Thank you po.
Pleasure to have you here, Sir Jesse.
Maraming salamat din po sa imbitasyon.
First of all po, sir, let's talk about the idea. What made you build this online league of global darters? I mean, who or what inspired you
Well, actually,
darting community online?
darts is my passion. Before the COVID lockdown, I used to play in the pubs and in the leagues and in tournaments. And then suddenly, COVID lockdown started. So I was like kind of be not happy about what's going on in my own life. So I started organizing. At first, it wasn't like a Philippine made. It was like some friends to friends, someone that I knew. And then when I look at the numbers of players is getting more and more. So I decided to create the Philippine made, which means Philippine Maharlikan Association of Darters in Europe to start with.
Oh, it's Euro-based.
At first, yes, it was in Europe based. So I decided to start that one. I mean, just to have our own communities in here as well, down in Europe. Okay, that was the start, and then players from Italy are inviting players from Middle East and from Middle East inviting somebody else from somewhere else, and it became global. So I decided, okay, well, we can still make a Philippine made, but let's make it Maharlikan Association of Darts Enthusiasts.
Oh,
So, all right, I've changed it. Well, actually, there's two groups now. I mean, I'm running. Oh, there used to be there's a global one, and there is one within in Europe community.
oh. So I was just I was about to ask how did you come up with the name yung Philippine Made kasi I noticed it in the internet po doon sa Facebook niya at Facebook page niya doon sa Messenger yung Philippine Made yung may konse meron siyang abbreviation that's MADE then Global Darts ganun po. So yung
Ganun po,
pala ng Philippine Made Global. So Made is Maharlika.
Maharlikan Association of Darts Enthusiasts. Yun po yung global.
Ah,
Yung sa Europe naman, Darters in Europe yun. Yung DE. Yun. So, yeah, before lockdown, I already started organizing tournaments here before the lockdown, before the COVID thing. I think I have organized 6 all UK and Ireland competition, like face to face in England. But then things changed, so I have to do it like just to make sure that players are staying in darts, keep playing in online, that kind of thing until income grows and grows and grows, and obviously I have to think of the different thing. So ganun po, kaya naging global po lahat.
hmm. Actually, the one who introduced me Philippine Made Global was one of your crew is Mr. JR Pabilonia, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of your crew.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes, sir. That's correct. Everything. I mean, I had the idea, but JR made him, well, give a great contribution to the group, and he made it possible to happen. Because he's quite good in the computer thing, stuff like that. So he runs the show. I was the overlooking everything.
So you're the manager, and JR was the ice was the tech.
Yes, sir. Yes, correct. That's correct, sir. I owe everything to JR.
And I see JR sa lot of yung mga yung mga yung mga live games na is
Oh,
YouTube and Facebook.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, we did try to create a YouTube channel too.
And I've subscribed to the
Uh,
channel, sir.
yes, yes.
I'm
But
subscribed.
I think it just, yeah, at the moment we just stopped for a bit because I mean I was reassigned my work. I work in a ICU, so it is quite stressful.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I told the guys we're gonna stop for a bit because it's so difficult for us to run the show, and also I wanted to try to find some at least a bit of a prizes for all the competition because we started without anything. Just say, okay, you're the champion. That's it. Congratulations and nothing more. And then we started collecting some monies a little bit. And the problem is the sending of the money is another issue.
Oh,
So we just bought some goods, and I think we gave some shoes and darts as well for somebody who won the second round a bit. That kind of thing. Yes.
so of all online platforms, sir, why have you chosen Naka to be your official platform?
Well, the thing is, somebody introduced me to Naka quite early. Even like first week in our lockdown here, we're talking about January. So somebody introduced me to Naka. I said, "Oh, that just sounds cool. I mean, I could still play with other people. I mean, my friends around here in my area, and as well as like try to encourage everyone just to keep it staying playing dart. Because otherwise, if in here, if you don't encourage the players here to keep playing and playing, they will gonna be diverted to something else. Filipinos likes basketball.
Yes,
So they
yes.
will go to basketball or they will go to different things. So I have tried to keep them in the darts area as well. So that was the first plan. So I mean, still a few of them still playing Naka, and then some. I think there's some more other platform that came out and that kind of thing.
Actually,
And because I told, yeah,
was a late bloomer. Before it was WDA, Dartman. Then suddenly Japan introduced Naka. Oh, it's so user friendly. So yeah, that's the right.
yeah,
That's the right
yeah.
choice.
I think because of the videos, well, that kind of thing. I think that made it more like what's called this user friendly.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
So you conducted a paid online tournament before. So paano po sila nagbabayad ng entry fee and paano nila marireceive yung kanilang premyo if ever?
Uh, Actually, sir, there were no entry fee at all.
Oh,
So we started with like a friend list from here, England, Italy, France. I tried to connect all those players, darters in Europe. So at Ireland, I managed to connect everyone. So we play like friendlies, like all just around Europe, and then word per mouth against to Middle East and things like that. So the second tournament we run is it's all still free. So first one is just a congratulation and that kind of posting in our Facebook group just to promote to start with.
virtual
And then I think
award.
yeah, yeah, and I think on the third round we managed to get some shoes and a darts as well. But it took a while to arrive in Philippines because of the lockdown stuff.
Sir, what comes into my mind? This the manager. You seem to you look so well to do. You look well to do. So I thought all the while you are the ones doing the okay. Let's conduct a free tournament. Then I'll be in charge of the prizes. Parang ganun ang tingin ko eh. Kasi you look well to do. Sa totoo lang, sir. No offense, man.
Um,
You look well to do talaga.
well, beforehand, before the online thing, I ran tournaments for all Filipinos in England, and I spent hundreds of pounds just to make them play, just to make them stay in dart, just to make them better. Because I think the mentality of the Filipino darters in here is quite different from back home. That was all started. I provide loads of things to them. I mean, occasionally I won the tournament, at least bonus for me. But my main target is to create more players. That's why I called Philippine made. I want somebody to represent the Philippines from here in a bigger circuit. Because I am a frustrated darter myself, so I can't play that good. My skill is already up to the top. It's limited.
But you're still playing in a competitive ground, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I still do. We just I think it's about 5 weeks now. We started opening the clubs, and we do like a tournament straight one night tournament, all singles. So far po marami ata akong buenas, first two games po hanggang semifinals, and then the last two games po nanalo po tayo. Maraming buenas kasi ganoon.
So surprising.
So I mean I love the game. I spend time as well to practice. I want it to be better. Okay, here in England, to be honest, I think there's only 3 people plays against white people. You know, the English circuits. And I'm encouraging everyone, because in here there's loads of good players, Filipino players, but they play at home, or they play for Facebook kind of thing, posting and stuff like that. So I said, you can beat me easily. But the problem is you're scared to get beaten, or you're scared to learn. So ang nangyayari ko, pagdating ko ng finals, siyempre, I mean ako, matagal-tagal na rin ako nalaro sa British circuit ko, medyo nawawala na yung kaba. So mayroong ang kalaban na magaling, mas magaling pa sa akin in fact. Ang kaso lang, pag alam mo na yung lahat ng ice na sa inyo na, nawawala na. So yun yung, gusto ko sana pong i-exploit yun. Kaso lang po mahirap din na diktahan natin ang buhay nila,
So ito po yung isang conflict dito na nakikita ko, sir. Siyempre, you will be dealing with people of different time zones, di po ba? So ang schedule ng games dyan is through appointment po, tama po ba? Or arrangement between competitors?
Yes. We used to give days, like say, all right, let's say game 1, for example, between you and me. So let's say, because we got different time zone, so what we do is like, okay, we have 3 days or 2 days to finish the game. But I think because we run it quite good, and everybody just excited. So instead of doing it 2 days, just finish it as soon as you announce me against you straight away. Sir, are you ready to play? Come on. That's what happened all the time. But yeah, there's
kasi sir po, no? Let's just say ako nasa Pinas, tapos yung kalaban ko taga US or North America. Typically 7 to 12 hours ang difference namin Nag-uumpisa pa lang yung araw nila, ako naman oras na para matulog. So eventually nagkakaroon ba ng delays dahil sa mga dun sa difference in time zone, sir?
There was few, but most of the time everybody's just alright. Kahit na ako po madaling araw na, gising pa, nag-aantay ng kalaban. Kasi minsan kasi, 'di ba, yung
sir, how were you able to make them commit, yung mga players na yan?
I think kasi depende kasi yan, pag kumbaga kung inaayos mo ng maayos yung pagpatakbo, ayun, nasasamahan yun ng dedication ng, kumbaga na nag-gain ka ng trust ng player, kahit sabihin mo kahit walang premyo, kasi napapansin nila, nakikita nila, alam mo yung setup, yung organizing, ganon, nakalatag masyado ng maayos. Ay, yung player naman, kahit sabihin mo na medyo madaling araw na, ganadong pa maglaro. At saka, I advise everyone to be friendly to everyone. respect everyone, and also like teach to those who just join in the darts thing, because that's the main thing, isn't it? We have to share our knowledge, our experience, and our skills, something like that.
Sir, I hope you don't mind me asking, ilang taon na po kayo naglalaro ng darts?
Ah, matagal-tagal na rin po. Actually, back in the Philippines, I was in college. I started playing, I think, 1990.
Oh,
But,
veteran player.
but, by that time, we only like, say, play, like, in our area. I came from Jensen,
General San.
right? So, yeah, in Jensen, we all play, like, on that time, we only play once a week, aside from practice and stuff like that. So, probably it's about 27 of us, if I'm right. 27 of us play every week, and then occasionally we go to Davao if there's a big tournament there. Nothing much like Tacloban Open, nothing at that time. Or sometimes we go to Cotabato. That's the only three places in that area used to conduct tournaments. And then after that, 2002, I moved to England, and actually I didn't plan to play. But when I arrived here, I think I was like in our school. Remember, you're American English. You go to England, it's different English.
Yeah,
they won't understand you.
you know.
So I said to myself, I said, I'm gonna be living in this place anyway. So I got to learn those things. So I decided to go in the pub, because in the pub you will meet lower class people, middle class people, and higher class people. So you will learn a lot of language, loads of what do you call this? Some terminologies that you will learn. And then it just happened that there's a dartboard in there. So I asked the guys, "Can I play with you?" And to be fair, I mean, that time you just look at me head to foot. I said, maybe.
So, how suplado naman pala yung mga yun, ano, sir?
But that's, I mean, I way back, I think there's still a racist thing, kind of that stuff in here. So I said, so he said, what can I do if I just want to play, and also I want to learn the language. So, well, somebody let me have their darts, and I played from their, I think from their weakest player up to their captain. I beat them all big time. So I was in the team straight away, but I was a slave for 7 weeks. So when the league starts, I was scoring all their games without any game for myself. In here, somebody's gonna choke. You call it choker, right?
Yes.
Sa Pilipinas, choker ba tayo?
Yes, sir.
So
Score.
ginawa kong choker.
Yes, sir.
Oh, ginawa kong choker for 7 weeks. So, I mean, I think it's depende kasi yan sa tao kung ano yung makukuha mo. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, I mean, it's been a while since I haven't played darts. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, kahit nag-choking ako, naisip ko yung mga math. Kung yun yung para-paraan ba, kumbaga, yung para-paraan, paano tapusin, mga ganun-ganun. So, kinuha ko yung positive doon. And then at the same time, di mo naman pwede tanggalan ng pwesto yung dating member na ng club. So that means you have to earn it. You have to earn it. You just have to wait for your chances. So I think after 8 weeks, merong isang player na nagkasakit. So sabi ng captain, James, gusto mong maglaro? Sabi ko, yeah, I'm here to play, but why not? So naglaro ako. So again, Buenas naman po, nanalo. So from that time, meron akong pwesto sa grupo. So every time I was in the first team. And then after 3 months, meron pong lumapit sa akin. Kasi ang malakas dito yung scouting. Ini-scout yung sinong magagaling. Siguro magaling sila ako sa paningin nila. So within 3 months, kinuha po ako ng player ng parang regional team.
Oh, that's you.
Ganon. It was big. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's just 3 months in here. But unfortunately, I had to move a different place. Because I used to live near London, and it's so expensive in there. So I moved north a bit. So I refused the game. I refused the offer. So I started playing in Leicester, which is about in Midlands. Let's say, kumbaga sa Pilipinas, nasa Cebu ako or Iloilo, something like that, in the middle. So, yeah, nag-start ako sa pubs. And then, at that time, wala pa akong anak. Wala pa akong asawa, wala pa akong anak. So, akin lahat yung time ko. So, I play every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, and Saturdays and Sundays for tournaments. That was the time then until 2008. When I arrived in Leicester after 4 games, somebody came to me and said, "You want to play for the county?" Again, the same thing. You know, that's the platform for the BDO at that time. I'm talking about 2006. So and 6. So at the start, I don't want to play because it's a big time thing, and you travel a lot. And I was working in a hospital in a shifting pattern. So even if I join, I cannot be assured to play every Saturday and Sunday because we travel a lot. I mean, all over England. So I have to wait for the moment that I got a new job. So I got a job which is 8 till 6, still in the hospital. So since that time, I joined the regional team, shall I say. So I was playing for a regional level for the BDO for a couple of years. And then, Filipino is just a Filipino who likes basketball. I got injury in my finger, and it's all now fucked. So this finger now is dead. I can still throw darts, but it's not as good as I was.
You're like the Eric
Actually,
Pinas pala, no, sir?
ano po?
You're like Eric Bristow ng Pinas pala, no, sir?
Hindi naman siguro. Nakakaya naman yan.
Eric
I mean,
Bristow,
yun lang talaga.
di ba? No.
Yun lang talaga yung passion ko sa darts din. Kasi naisip ko rin, tumatanda na. I mean, used to be basketball, but tumatanda na tayo. Kahit gaanong galing natin sa basketball, sa edad mo ng 30 plus,
Yes, sir.
you're done. Yeah.
Ang skill level.
Yeah, so I said, I'm going to find something else that could, get a chance to be somebody else. And because of the racism in here, I have to prove that I had made my name in my place. And then, to be fair, hindi ako sa pagmamayabang, I think as well, I mean, if I see some good players, I'm gonna beat that guy. I'm gonna try to beat that guy. It's almost my mentality. So, kumbaga, nag-level up konti. Kung matalo, nothing to lose. I think that's another thing, yeah.
The other games as well.
Yeah.
Siyempre, sir, you will not come up to the idea of putting a Philippine-made global kung kayo mismo hindi naglalaro, di ba po? What I mean is, ang hirap nung ikaw yung nag-organize and at the same time, player ka. Hindi po ba nakaka-apekto yan sa performance mo sa player?
Malaki, sir, malaki. Kasi rito, tulad ng organizing namin dito, we used to having a food as well. Kumbaga, parang fiesta. Ibita ka ng players, merong almusal, pananghalian, sa kahapunan. So, lahat inaasikaso ko. Luckily, merong isang katuwang dati na hanggang doon, kahit sa anong tulong kailangan ko nandun palagi. Yun ang aking trainee that time. Yun ang naging number 1 beforehand na. Kasi bago lang ako nag-join ng group ng mga Filipino darters. Kasi dati kasi involved ako masyado sa mga puti, sa open, kumbaga. And wala akong dati kasi, wala rin akong kilalang Filipino darters na naglalaro, na ganon-ganon, na may tournament, na liga-liga. Until one day na accidentally na-search ko sa Facebook. So sabi ko, meron palang Filipino group dito. So nag-join ako sa group. Tapos, yun nga, nasanay sila sa inaumpisan kasi ng may pagkain, may yung ganon, tapos may pa-premyo. So, kumbaga, kung ikaw magpapatakbo, pinakain mo pa, siyempre, may prize ka pa. Kumbaga, talo-talo talaga. Pero sa isip ko naman is, what is money? You can just find money, but the legacy that you will leave
Yes.
The Philippine, yes. So that's what it is. So yung group na sinalihan ko before, hindi kayo masyado nagka-tugma sa purpose ng long-term purpose ng palaro. So ni-block nila ako. Kaya doon na-create yung Philippine Made after that. Sabi ko, I mean, total, naghihirapan ako at saka alam kung paano patakbuhin, paano paramihin yung grupo. I mean, kung ayaw nyo sa plataforma ko, din wala akong magawa.
Yes.
Kasi, I mean, ayaw ko yung magpa-tournament ka na hindi mo lagyan ng prizes.
Yes.
Yeah, are you gonna go? You're from Pampanga, right? Are you gonna travel to Manila to play without knowing what you're gonna win? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that kind of thing. But again, yeah, that kind of thing. But again, it's what I wanted to do. So because in here, some players from Ireland, which is like they have to come by plane, an hour flight. So imagine you're gonna come here for flights and then you don't know what you're gonna win. So I've changed everything, those things, and as well the games because they used to play killers.
Killers yung ano po yan, yung it's
Yung
ticket pero hanggang 12, di ba po?
oh yes. So sabi ko sa kanila, I said to them like, look, we spend a lot of money, we spend a lot of time. Why not make it more like you'll never know somebody amongst us who's gonna be playing in big time in the States in the UK settings. So I've changed everything to 501. What is the point? I mean, total, naglaro ka naman lang. But kumbaga sa basketball, ba't sa tatluhan ka maglaro, marunong ka naman pala, lumaro ka na sa liga, sa ligahan, kumbaga. So, ganun po. So, nagbago po lahat, kaya nabuo po yung Philippine Made. So, but of course, kasi po, kailangan mo rin, kumbaga, nag-uumpisa tayo. So, kailangan natin ng sakripisyo din minsan.
Yes.
So, kasama na doon yung pa-premyo, yung time mo, yung effort talaga yung pinakabukan doon kasi lahat. Kumbaga, disperas ng palaro, nagluluto ka na hanggang alas 2. Tapos, pinaghanda mo na yung mga pagkain, tapos pumunta ka na sa venue pag 10 o'clock, i-organize mo ang setups ng boards, and everything, and then i-organize mo pa yung draws. So, I mean, yeah, it's quite, kumbaga, nakakapagod, pero, you know, kumbaga, kung kaya mong gawin, ba't hindi? Diba? I mean, every day, kung sakasakali, darating yung panahon na pumanaw tayo, at least meron tayong pangalan na naiiwan. Yun ang akin. Because of the passion of darts. Yun.
Actually, sir, you've been so popular pala dyan sa region nyo sa London. Pero dito sa Pilipinas, no, hindi pa natin alam na may mga ganung pangalan pala. May James Diez pala doon na talagang kung hindi dahil sa Philippine Made Global, hindi ko malalaman na may James Diaz pala tayo doon. So we should be proud of that. So how did Phil Made Global, sir, help you as a player?
Well, first thing, in like say, in playing different players, you know, because in darts, if you play darts, you play psychologically as well. So there's a time that you play with so slow, you know, that make me adjust my momentum as well, or make me keep my own pace, no matter how fast you are or no matter how throw you are. So I use those things to apply to my own game. So kaya na-adjust ko yon. Otherwise, pretty much like or more like the Philippine Made Global is more like just a friendly thing. I want to make people around the world, connect. You'll never know. You might get something out of those connections. So actually, one of those, I think, one of the guys from America, which I never met before. So he said, okay, I want to help the team, like in prizes. I think that was meant to be for the PIF tournaments. But unfortunately, before it happened, I was reassigned to ITU, so I didn't manage to to run the tournament. But what I'm trying to say is through connection, you can get, you can get something out of it. Positives most of the time. So, ganun po.
Ang isa sa kinabibiliwan ko dito sa Philippine Made Global, sir. Nung una, it's something like parang mga friendly games lang between people of different nations eh. Pero nung nakakita ako na pati sila Lawrence Ilagan, sila Gilbert Ulang, naglaro diyan sa Philippine Made Global
Oh.
and they were beaten by a
Someone else.
school student, sir. So,
Yes, I think I knew that. Yeah. That guy, is it the guy from Butuan, I
Butuan,
think?
sir, Butuan.
Yes, it's quite good.
Was that
Yeah,
TJ Plaza, no, sir? He just really,
that's that's correct. Yes, it was. Yes. So you see, the effort of ours is like we discovered something. We discovered there's a young player in there who can play. And I was talking about that guy for so long. I said this guy is marketable. If he able to play and able to qualify for the national to come in England, I'm telling you, he can make out money out of it. First thing, he's quite good. Second thing, he can sing. Although darts and singing is not the same thing, but because of public relation, that kind of thing, that guy is marketable. We can make money out of it, but hopefully in the future can manage to come in here. And I was trying to tell everyone as well, like even I'll also to that Mr. Plaza. I said, hopefully if you get here, let me know. Let's see what I can do for you, like what can help, And at the same, well, anyway, we got a family here as well, but at least I'm gonna find ways to help.
yes,
So
many national players. You imagine beating Gilbert Ulang, Lawrence Silag.
yeah,
Those are competing in PDC. And
yeah.
he beaten those two guys in a large margin. Napakagaling na bata.
Yeah, yes, yes. Uh, well, I have spoken to the dad, and I think there's some factors in there, I think, according to the explanation. But, I mean, those factors can be changed to make it an advantage. Apparently, he's not used to playing in face-to-face. So, but that doesn't mean that's not good. So, this is a thing. We can exploit the throws and then bring it to the people where, like, in an open, you will never know.
Oh.
Di ba?
They might be thinking that the boy doesn't know Gilbert Ulang and Lawrence Silagan at all. So, who are those
Maybe, yeah.
just playing? Parang ganun eh. O di laro tayo, hindi, without knowing na ang kalaro pala niya are national players who are competing in the PDC. So
Yeah,
parang
yeah.
dating sa kanya.
Ay, binugbog nga ako nun eh. Nabugbog ako nun.
Sabi ko nga,
At saka,
mga 3 dart outs na, ibang klase.
oh, actually, sabi ko nga sa kanya, look, I'm not sure if you know, Leighton Bennett is the youth player in England.
Absolutely, I know him, sir.
Yeah, Leighton Boom Boom Bennett. I played Leighton Bennett in somewhere around in our neighboring town. I beat him.
Please tell me you beat
You,
him. Yes!
yeah, in the tournament. Yeah, it's a tournament, yeah. I said, if I beat Leighton and Plaza beat me big time, he can be somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think I think there by experience I can tell that there are loads of good players in the Philippines, but because we do it not in the setups for the big stage. I'm gonna tell you something. We play all the time in the tournaments, doubles.
Yes.
In England, we seldomly play doubles. Doubles is just for entertainment. You play singles. Because if you go stage, you play singles. That's the mindset. Play singles, play singles, play singles. Choker. In here, there's always a choker. It changed the momentum. Last time when I went home, I played in Jensen. I played shit because I'm not used to choking, scoring, throw, scoring. So I played shit. Oh, sorry sa language pala.
It's okay.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I played crap. Okay, I played crap. But, kasi dito, tulad ng pag nasa stage ka, meron tayong choker dito, mga sa PDC, meron ganon. So, we should get use of those ways, ano ba yung sabihin dito? Sa ganung paraan na laro. Kasi para pagdating sa big stage.
I have something very interesting na ano sir kasi for someone who is experienced like you ano sir, very experienced. So sa online kasi sir, no meron tayong nakikita sa face to face na hindi pwede sa online eh. Just say yung alam niyo yung yung player na si Terry Down ba yun sir? Yung parang yung napakatagal tumira. Yung it will take him siguro around 40 seconds to make 3 shots.
Yes.
How do you deal with that, sir?
Well,
have you experienced playing such players, sir?
You mean in online?
Online and face-to-face.
In online, well, in general, there's no rules. Again, how long you're gonna stand there. So you got to wait. That's why I mean, for myself, when I practice fast throws, and then I'll practice slow throws. Right? So if I'm playing with a slow thrower, I use the other one, the fast throw. Maybe I could put some pressure. Kumbaga, siraan ng mudo yan eh. Which is, it's not cheating. It's a psychological game. So, kaya, for myself, I mean, in here is as well in Filipino darters in in UK, yung nalaro na sa Pilipinas, ganun. Naalala ko nung araw sa Pilipinas, ganun yan, ipatagalan.
As if they were drunk.
Oo. Ngayon na yung bago medyo ang yung momentum, bumibilis-bilis. Dito, ganun. Kaya sinasanay ko yung sarili ko. Pag kinakalaban ko, I try to handle the momentum like that. If you're not sure, that's fine. Leave it like that. I don't want to ruin my thing. So I practice both fast throws and slow throws. So yan ang isang advice na natutunan ko sa mga professional.
Kasi sir, online, naglaro ako ng online sa Naka. Siguro kung tatansyahin ko yung tira ko, it took me it takes me a little less than 10 seconds para matapos. Then after tinalo ko yung kalaban na taga Belgium, then private message niya ako. And he told me na, you're so boring, ganyan-ganyan, and lahat na yata ng mura. Kung ano, na you're so keep practicing, ganon. Ginanon niya ako eh.
What can you do? Diba? Pero during the tournament, sabi ko naman, I advise everyone, anyone will say something bad against our two darters, straight away off. So far naman, during that time na nagpatakbo kami, medyo maayos din naman lahat. At saka, I think, Filipino just friendly, I think. So, hindi naman kami nahirapan na i-sort out yung mga ganong thing. I mean, merong player meron akong nakasama dati actually. We just won European tournaments. So, all the Filipinos few selection in Filipino darters in Europe against Germany, against Greece, and we won it. So kami ho nag-champion. Kaso lang, nung nag-championship, merong isang player ng Greece na nagreklamo sa isang player natin na ang bagal daw. So, well, nagawa. Ganun. Wala namang pilitan yan eh.
So what's the verdict? Anong nangyari po dun sa ano na yun? So
we panalo. I mean, yeah. Because there's no rules for that. There's no rules for that. Well, I hope until maybe you put some time limit for that, then fair enough. But at the moment, there's no rules. Pwede nga, kumbaga, tumira ka ng isa, mag-shopping ka muna, bumalik ka na naman, tira isa. No rules, di ba? But not in the etiquette.
So before I ask you my question in mind, merong biglang nag-pop up eh. So
Ano ba?
will you name me top five players that you have ever faced? Top five players, sir. Top five
Filipino?
anywhere. Kahit po, anywhere around the globe po. Five
Okay.
best players.
You mean sa virtual or sa face-to-face?
Any sir, any platform, face to face
All
or
right, okay. I'm gonna give you one in the face-to-face because I enjoyed it. I can't forget that. I mean, I didn't won all of those, but I think they were like pros and ex-pros as well. So first one,
so
I
number
played. Let's go number 5.
number
Yeah, Jamie Kevin. He's number 26 at that time.
yes.
He lives in the same place as mine, so we always see each other in pubs in here. And he was already number 26. Let's say I think he beat me 6 times, but I beat him 4 times.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a good number. That's a good number.
Yeah, yeah. Second one will be Colin Osborne. Number 4, Colin Osborne, the Ooze.
Oh,
He's not in the order of merit nowadays, but before he was in PDC. I met him, and I think he won 5-3 to me, and I was in a big tournament in Derby, where in his place. So he's got the advantage of home court.
so that's still a good number. 5 to isn't bad at all.
Yeah. One thing, one more, number 3, the guy who I was, I mean, I gave him a hard time was King Kong.
Oh,
What's his name?
that's
What's his name? What's his name?
Tony O'Shea.
No, the Kong. No, that's the Razorback, isn't it?
I
The
wrote
Kong.
Green.
He
Was that
he
Robbie
plays for Husol now. What's his name? I can't remember.
Green?
Yes, Ruby Green. Yes.
That's the King Kong.
So
Damit niya, King Kong. Yung kanya.
yeah. I played him. I mean, I traveled 3 hours just to play on that tournament. Okay, because I was actually it was an accident. There was a guy who plays in like a Filipino tournament. He said, "Oh, sabi ko sila, lumabas kayo, maglaro tayo ng mga open para matuto ba, kumbaga, dahan-dahan, malay mo." Diba? So sabi niya, "Oh, James, meron tournament dito, maglaro ako basta pupunta ka." So pumunta ako doon. Ang nangyari, inindihan ako. Sabi ko naman sa sarili ko, 3 oras kong biyahe. Total, nandito na ako. Hindi. Sabi ko, yes, sumali ako. Nakalabang ko for second round. That is best of 9, 5-4. Sabi niya sa akin, "Oh boy, you make me sweat." Sabi sa akin, I mean, I don't mind losing. I like you play better players. You play good.
He won, but
Yeah.
convincing.
No, I got beaten again.
I still thought,
Sorry.
at the back of my mind, I'm still thinking that you can still beat him.
Well, probably. You'll never know. You know, I mean, again,
Isn't
the,
that convincing?
the preparation, that kind of thing. Justin Pipe is number 2. I beat him.
Oh,
Well, that was this one because it's a big game.
slow. He's just
Yes,
slow throw.
yeah. In UK, I don't know if you're familiar with the Red Dragon.
Oh yeah, the one Peter Wright uses.
Yes, Red Dragon has got tournaments every year. Like you have to qualify for the city, and then you meet all of the winners in a big hall in Wales. So like first time, that was the second time. So I managed to qualify twice in a row. So first first one qualified for representing my hometown here, but the guy in the registration area said, "Are you stupid or what?" Kasi pumunta ako doon on the same day and in last minute time, because it's about 3.5 hours drive from my place. So meron kang pamilya, meron kang mga anak mo na bago siguraduhin mo na makakain bago mo iiwanan. So same day ako pumunta doon. So sabi niya, siguro stupid ka or magaling ka. Sabi sa akin. So isipin mo naman, ng oras, 4 na oras mong biyahe, hindi pa yung braso mo. So first elimination is straight away talo. Kaya I got a lesson to learn. Next time, I'm gonna prepare better. Ganun ako kung natatalo, hindi ko minamasama, kinuha ko yung anong aral at pwede ko i-improve. Ganun yun. So, after a year, qualified na naman ulit ako. So, doon ko na, at that point, doon ako natulog a night before. So, medyo, relaxed. Kompleto yung pahinga. So, doon ko na-meet si Justin 5. Pero na-meet ko si Justin 5, I think it's for a second round. So, because about 722 players.
Oh, that's an hard
outing. Yeah, so first round and second round, I think it's best of 3 kind of thing. I mean, it probably, if it's like best of 7 or best of 9, then Justin 5 is gonna smash me. But best of 3, it's somebody, it's everybody's game. So, if I beat him,
pressure.
It's a good thing. Yeah, I beat him.
Justin 5, sir?
Yes, sir. I mean, luckily. I mean, sir, kahit sino pong tawag nito, magaling. Pag best of 3 kasi, hindi mo alam minsan tayo, kumbaga, hindi pa sila umiinit. Kumbaga, ikaw naman na buenas lang. Oh. So may potential. Pero pag sabihin mo na best of 10, malamang bugbog ako sarado nun. Pero, I mean, the pride of beating somebody is better than you is a good thing. Wes Newton. Number 1. Yeah, but I beat him before the lockdown in the tournament around the area. I think he's not been playing well, but I mean, the worst thing was I was using Wes Newton darts, and he was looking at me. Kasi isa lang magkaibang mukha doon para akong alien doon Ako lang nag-isang Filipino doon. Although, meron mga kakilala kasi medyo malapit sa lugar namin. So, meron kausap tingin sa akin. Tapos tinitingnan yung darts na ginagamit ko. And hindi na siya gano'ng kalakas ngayon, pero alam mo yung nanalo ako, meron akong pinisin niyang balikat ko. Sabi niya, mag-practice ka lang maigi. May meron kang potential. Yun lang. Kaya, I mean, thank you. Salamat din ako. So, meron pa palang isa sana. Kaso lang, number 6 na yeah. Irish player. The Magnet. McGowan.
Oh! He deserves really an honorable mention, sir, talaga. Magaling yung play.
Yeah. Yun yung time na I think 2 years ago, meron ng mga ibang Pilipino na sumasama na sa akin na pupunta ng ibang lugar para maglaro. So, about 4 kami from here, bumiyahe kami ng Ireland. Tapos meron mga Pilipino din doon nag-aantay sa amin na naglaro na rin. So, it was like Southern Ireland Open kind of thing. So, yeah, pinawisan. Pero alam mo yung lahat tumingin sa iyo na ang iba siguro nagalit, iba umanga, yeah. And the feeling is good. I mean, there's a you gain respect. Yun kasi yun Absolutely, yes. So, yeah, on that tournament, I didn't win anything on that tournament. When I about to go home, I asked the organizer, "Can I have some surround from your tournaments?" And no question asked. "Yes, sir. It will be an honor. Take this." So I got a surround from him, but it's like a remembrance kind of thing. But I think the problem now is there's no more consistency because of the damaged finger. But I'm still trying, but basically, my main thing is searching for that somebody who can represent. I mean, you'll never know. Like say, Mr. Plaza, you'll never know that kind of thing. It's because of Philippine made, it could be discovered.
So in that
That kind of thing.
regard, you've been running Philippine-made global darts for quite a long time. Now,
Yeah,
mga naglalaro po dito o sa mga napanood yung naglaro, will you name top 5 players naman po na na-impress kayo?
impressed. Okay.
Or you can name
Yung
honorable mentions bago yung top 5.
yun ba, nakalaban or napanood ko, napanood?
Upon watching, I'm impressed with this guy, parang ganito. Pwede ka, parang ganon.
Yeah. First thing is Mr. Plaza.
So, number 1?
Yeah, Mr. Plaza. Number 1. Young.
Diez real.
Yes, Jezreel. Yes.
Tumagan mo ko sa messenger mo. You'll be next
Yes.
on watch list.
Jezreel, young, loads of potential, and marketable. That's the thing sometimes. No matter how good you are, if you're not marketable, nobody will sponsor you. Yeah. So it could be, and if you got a sponsor, you get all the resources to make you better.
TJ
So
Black.
number 1. Yes, sir.
Factor yan ha, TJ. Nanggaling
Yeah.
kay JesseJames. Number 1. Kilig factor yan.
Yes. And number 2, a guy from Italy, Jojo Tamares.
Parang rated player din yata yan dito sa Pilipinas dun.
Maybe, I'm not sure. But, I mean, this is Italy now. I just look in this. Yes. It's quite good as well. Jojo Tamares. Yung nakita ko lang ha.
Yes, sir.
Except for yung pro na dyan. Kasi si Mr. Noel Malikdim, those guys. I will put it in the side because they're already famous. I'll make somebody famous this time. Yes. There's a guy from Davao called Magwate.
Haven't heard that.
What's his name?
Siya.
Alvin Magwate. Or Alvin, kasi dalawang ginagamit niyan. Alam ko isang, kasi napansin ko na-search ko sa rankings, parang at one point siya naging number 1 sa area ng Davao.
So classified player na rin pala yan.
Yeah, si Alvin Magwate. Kasi Magwate na alam ko. Pero alam ko meron siyang pangalan pang isang ginamit, Alvin something. Yeah, yun. Coco Bartelo, I think he's somewhere from Cotabato region. He's good. Ano ba?
Sila South, mga magagaling to mga nasa South, Para ano sa...
Hindi, well, siguro, I mean, one factor na naalala kasi yung kumbaga, naging katsukaran mo pa agad ba? Because of the language as well. I mean, to be fair, mahina yung Tagalog ko. Medyo ganon. So, minsan, pagdating na meron kalarong Tagalog, minsan na uubusan tayo, minsan back out tayo, ganon. Yes. Right. Owen Arzaga from Ireland. Yeah, he's good.
Island siya, pero island-based, pero Pinoy siya, sir.
Puro Pilipino to ngayon, di ba? Yun, sino pa ba? Jerry Baguio. Yun, based on the progress. I know the guy, I met the guy 2016. He used to be a champion in healers, but shit in 501. So I told him, you're good, you got potential. If you want to learn this, we'll do this way. So from that time, I met him every Monday night. It travels an hour to drive to my area to play in my league. Like, no, not the one that I'm running, but the one I'm playing with. So pupunta sa dito, sinasama ko sa mga open, and then one point, sabi ko, pwede na. So, one point, nag-abutan kami sa semifinals. Sabi ko sa kanya, gusto mo ma-experience kung ano maglaro ng stage? Kasi dito ganun kasi merong stage, ganun. You know the feeling. Kasi dapat isahin natin yung feeling na the pressure. Kasi gaano man gagaling pag na-pressure ka, dali ka doon. So sabi ko sa kanya, you wanna play? Sabi ko, gusto mong laro sa stage. Sabi niya, oh, pwede na. Baka sabi ko sa kanya, baka manginig ka lang. I mean, in biro. Oh, kaya na yan. So, tinalo niya ako sa semis. So, siya ang naglaro ng final sa stage. So, ngayon, improve. And then, although natalo siya, that was the first time nalaro siya ng stage. So, yeah, you can say, yeah. I mean, same thing as me. Anyway, nung nalaro ko ng first time sa stage, nanginginig ako. So, naintindihan ko yon. So, but then I see the interest. You know, palaging pupuntahan dito every Monday, no matter what, gano'n. Makapaglaro, matuto ng 501. Hanggang sa ngayon, lumakas. Ayun. He is 4 times all-Filipino champion in UK.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah.
Ganun, no? That's I'm someone.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, for myself, I was proud because I'm the one who encouraged and also helped, you know.
You made him parang ganun. Who made him for...
Yeah.
Parang...
Dedicated kasi masyado.
You made him who he is. Parang ganun.
Yes, sir. And he's one of the man in here, the Storm, Jerry Baguio.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, yes.
By Storm.
May mga pangalan.
So, ipunta natin yung spotlight sa'yo, sir. Alam ko, based on the way you speak, no po, parang aminado na kayo na you are already out of your prime sa paglalaro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now that you're out of your prime and you experience being in the spotlight, no, nakalaban niyo itong mga napakagagaling na players, you've been in higher stages. Now, ano ang parang bigyan lang natin ng parting words itong mga young players. How to be you po or how to be successful in darts?
Well, first thing, you got to have the love. Right? You have to love the game. If you have a love, you got to have a dedication and time to practice. That's all. Sa ngayon, malakas na masyado yung mga Facebook na yan. At saka, dumadami naman yung mga Facebook players. Pero mahina sa totoong laruan. So, I mean, yes, it's fine to be in the social media, but if you want to practice as like there's no tomorrow. And I think in the whole Philippine circuit as well, I think who's the president in DF now? Is he
Si Congressman Bem.
Yeah, hopefully sana Congressman this is just my experience, and I think kumbaga baka or maybe makapag-change ng level ng laro natin. In here, I mean, we should in the Philippines get used of playing in the same manner as how they play in the big stage. I said choker, one more thing, try always singles. Because I mean, yes, you promote fun in doubles, but you cannot promote skills and thingy. Yes, that's fine. Singles. Dress accordingly. Sabihin ko sa'yo, sir, sinasabi ko yan kasi naranasan ko na. Sa Pilipinas kasi, nakasando tayo, nakapang-basketball shorts tayo. Ganun. Kung nasanay na gano'n, na walang sabit, sa balikat mo walang sabit na damit. Pagdating mo sa big stage, iba na. The way, the shoes, those things might be a small factor, but could be a factor to make one a good player.
Balitaan pa nga ako,
Uh,
nanalo siya pero na-disqualify nang dahil lang sa dress code. Nakamaong pero napakagaling na player. I just forgot the name.
yeah, I think I saw that one on YouTube. Yes, I think I saw that one on YouTube. Yeah. So I said, yeah, why not? Why not? Kumaga, magsasanay tayo according sa kung anong gusto natin ma-attain. Kumaga. And, you know, the factors, the small things that could change your game as well. Sa mga kabataan, no drugs. Para tayo si Bato dito Walang droga! Now, yeah, as much as possible, don't play, if you can, don't play with the influence of drugs. Alcohol, yes or no, it depends. But, you know, if you're playing, like, say, if you're allowed to have a drink in the States, then that doesn't matter. But, yeah, try not, if you could, you know, try not to play under the influence of liquor as well. I mean, myself, I play in a local thing. I do drink, yes. But in the big stage.
Yung tapang ng hindi nakainom, di ba sir? Iba yung tapang na i-embrace mo yung pressure. Kasi yung parang nangihiram ng tapang sa alak, you know, that
yes.
The famous Filipino quote, ikaw nangihiram ka lang ng tapang sa alak. Tignan natin pag hindi ka nakainom kung kaya mo ako. Parang ganun di ba?
Yeah. Ganun kasi, hindi lalabas yung totoo mong galing.
Yes.
Kasi ganito yan, nagpa-practice tayo. Magaling. Wala, hindi tayo nakainom. Tapos, uminom ka ngayon. So, ibig sabihin, sinayang mo yung panahon mo sa pag-practice. Tapos yung pala, manghiram ka lang pala ng lakas sa alak. Di ba?
Yeah.
Ano po? Ano ba? Play while you can and enjoy. Siguro, yun na lang siguro, sir. Yun na lang ang advice ko.
Ito, papaalala natin sa mga viewers natin, sir. Itong nakikita nyo sa harapan ninyo sa screen natin si Mr. James Diez. This is a perfect example, no? To be a player and to have darts as a hobby is so easy. To have darts as a hobby, napakadali niyan. But to build the community and put yourself into organizing for the common good, make it more than that. It is now called your passion. This is how you demonstrate passion. Si Sir James Diez po, no? I assure, perfect nating example para dyan. So yeah, as ina-assume ko po, you are busy with your own life as well. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye for now, sir. Thank you.
Salamat, sir, sa invitation.
Sharing your insight and time for the common good of our fellow darters. We really appreciate it here, sir. Even on such a very short notice, maraming salamat po. At kung
thank you rin, sir.
Kung ipa-permit po ng schedule nyo, in the near future po, sir, baka pwede namin kayo maimbitahan ulit.
Sir, pag bakante, ba't hindi?
Kami pa natin gustong malaman kay sir, parang bitin.
Sir, pag bakante, ba't hindi? Yan ang kung kaya ko, ba't hindi? Yan lang, sir.
So, please like and share their page po, Philippine Made Global Online Darts sa Facebook. Ilalagay po natin sa comment section yan at pati yung kanilang YouTube channel. Ipa-plug din natin. And sir, baka you have anyone who would you like to greet and would also take advantage of generosity? Paki-vouch na rin po itong podcast natin. Go ahead po, sir.
So okay. Sa mga ano po, lahat po ng dartero na nakapagpanood sa interview ito po, inaanyayahan ko po kayong subaybayan at mag-subscribe po kay Sir Mick.
Iron Mick.
Iron Mick po, yes, sir. Iron Mick, sir. And ingat po sa lahat. Maraming mga corona na maaligid-aligid ngayon, so keep safe and keep playing. Thank you po.
Yes, sir. Thank you po. And we shall call it a day. Thank you po sa lahat ng viewers natin and watch out for more podcast, yung mga ganito. So, napaka-enjoyable po nito. Napakarami natin matututunan. So, please like and share po itong ating Facebook group, Iron Mick, to further expand our community. We're signing off. Stay safe and God bless. Thank you po, Mr. James Diez. Thank you po. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you po.